Go.
Well, first off, it's such a pleasure to meet all of you spectacular women. And I want to thank you for all sharing the things that you're doing. I took some notes. This way I can also reach out to each and every one of you, just if I think of any potential referrals or ways that we can collaborate or connect. So my name is Orly Wahba. I'm from Brooklyn originally. You can maybe hear it from my accent, but I'm actually living right now in Jerusalem, moved here just 4 years ago. It was going to be a year adventure. It became a life choice, and it's been the greatest decision I ever made in my life. 2 years ago, I made Aliyah, and it's where I'm living. Just a little bit about my background. I actually have a background in education. I was a middle school teacher for 7 incredible years, loved every second of it. I don't think that there's a day that goes by that I don't look back at my middle school years teaching. And the truth is, I very much believe that everything that happens to us in our life, all of the experiences we have, both the positive, the negative, and all the in between, actually guide us. They're pieces of our puzzle that guide us to where we're meant to be. And teaching was definitely a very big part of that. I left my job teaching about, wow, it's 11 years ago. It's pretty crazy. It was going to be just a 1-year adventure to start an organization and pursue a dream I had in my heart ever since I was a little kid that dreamed of changing the world. And I know that sounds a little crazy, but that was really my dream ever since I could possibly remember. And it was not just about how to change the world. It was doing it through the power of kindness, wanting to bring people together, not understanding where animosity comes from, and wanting to do something that was going to unify the world. I didn't know how, I didn't know what. I was 4 years old, but I knew my why. And I always say that if you know your why, your how is going to find its way towards you. It's going to find its way to you. If we sometimes focus too much on the how, we can get very, very, discouraged and not even try to make any impact or make any difference. And so it started with this deciding to leave my job teaching, which I loved, for 1 year to see what happens if I put my all, my passion, into wanting to unify the world through the power of kindness. I happen to also have had a background in film production. And so I said, media is such a powerful way to bring across a message. So I sat down in my summer off from teaching right before I decided I'm going to leave for the year. And I wrote out a script, which turned to be a film called Kindness Boomerang, a short film, a 5-minute music video that shows the power that one act of kindness can have. That the actions that we take, the choices that we make, they don't just stay within ourselves, they impact all the people that are around us, not just the people we're doing them for, but even those that are seeing us engage in that. And this short film called Kindness Boomerang, I took it, put it up online, had no idea how it was going to reach people. It went crazy viral, reached over 100 million people globally. And about a year after that, landed me a spot to speak at TED about the power of kindness. And so the organization Life Vest Inside came into fruition. And the concept behind Life Vest Inside is that kindness keeps the world afloat like a life vest. And the mission is to inspire, empower, and educate people of all backgrounds to lead a life of kindness. But the essence of it is about empowerment, empowering people to understand their value, that they're unique, that they're significant, and that there's something very special that they and they alone could give into the world. And we do this through inspirational media like film, through education, developing and implementing curriculum, through international events and leadership training programs, and also through technology. Now, while this was a passion of mine to create positive change in the world since I was a kid, I only became even more of a mission when I myself went through hardship in my adolescent years. Without going into all the details, because I know we have a short time, when I was 15 years old, went through a very severe depression after there being a fire in my house, and my family overnight lost everything. And it felt like my world was crashing down on me, because it wasn't just the fire. It was a series of years. It was 6 years until I moved back into my home. And I was a sophomore in high school when the fire happened. But it was a series of 6 years of just one thing after the next happening. My dad had lost his business, and one thing, it was just this crazy snowball. And that first year was the hardest. Seeing your family unit break down, the pain was immense, and I didn't want to be a burden on my family. They were going through enough. And so all these emotions just were stuck inside of me until one day I just broke. And I fell into a very severe depression. I wasn't in school for several months. And during that time, not even one person called. None of my friends came to see if I was okay. And that made me feel like if I wasn't here tomorrow, the world would be just the same. To be honest, that hurt a lot more than the fire. And I wanted to give up. I really did. Until one morning, I'll never forget this. After I was forced to go back to school, I was in the bathroom getting ready to go to school, and I was looking at myself in the mirror, really looking at myself, and the scariest thing happened. I didn't see me. I didn't see that 4-year-old Orly that dreamed of changing the world looking back at me. And that scared me, really scared me. And I had no idea I was going to pick myself back up. But it was in that moment at 15 years old in the bathroom that I made a promise to myself. And it's a promise that guided me to my years teaching, that guided me to the work I'm doing with Life Vest Inside, that guides me every day to all the new projects I'm involved in. And it was a promise to be there for others the way I just wish somebody would have been there for me, to see others the way I just wish somebody would have seen me. Because at the end of the day, let's be honest, that's actually all we all want, is to feel like we make a difference. And that's why the essence of this entity is really about empowerment and using the different means and using different methods in order to bring that into the world. And that's what I've committed myself to over these past 11 years and counting. And it's taken different forms and started different projects as a result of it. One of the very big projects that I'm working on and that I'd love to share with all of you, because perhaps there are people in your life that may be interested in getting involved. There is an event that I run each year called Dance for Kindness. This idea came to me in a dream. I know it sounds crazy, but it's really the truth. Probably almost all the big things that I've done, I've dreamt about first. And I always say that once you dream it and you see it, and I have the dream, I wake up, I'm like, okay, I know I can get it. Now it's about breaking this big, larger than life goal into its parts. And that's exactly what I did. And what was this event? It's called Dance for Kindness. Instead of me telling you, I'm going to just show you quickly, just in 2 minutes, what this is all about. Okay, here we go. Never doubt that a small group of committed people can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. To some, the world is filled with war, hatred, violence, and hopelessness. But together, we have the power to fill this world with kindness, trust, hope, and love. In honor of World Kindness Day, join Life Vest Inside and thousands of others around the globe one day as we wave our flags, united in a dance for kindness. So here are the details. November 13th, 2022. Get psyched for a worldwide freeze mob flash mob. Yeah, you heard right, worldwide. I'm talking about from the US to Australia, Canada to Vietnam, Portugal to Tunisia, India to Brazil, with more locations being added by the minute. Last year's event took place in over 120 cities, spanning across 50 countries, with over 20,000 participants. Now's your chance to take part. Want to get involved? Click on the link below to become part of the Kindness Revolution, or head to danceforkindness.com and register now. We need your voice as well. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, blogs, campuses, local papers, your dinner table. Let's make kindness go viral. Become part of the change you wish to see in the world by taking a stand and dancing for kindness. Because kindness does in fact keep the world afloat. And remember, never doubt that a small group of committed dancers can change the world. November 13th, 2022. Pass it on. And so, as you could see here, it's just an incredible event. If we had time, I would show you just a quick clip. If we do at the end, I will, about a 30-second clip to see what it's like. People join together from all different countries on one day, on World Kindness Day, to create a global flash mob. This event, like you saw, I mean, at this point, the event has happened in over 300 cities in over 65 countries, run by volunteer group leaders, just like yourselves. Anyone could run this event. We've had group leaders from ages 10 to age 76 running this event. And we have loads of schools that take part, loads of schools that incorporate this directly into their school system by bringing it to phys ed. Their phys ed classes, they actually learning the dance together. And on that day, everyone dances to the same song, same dance, all on the same day. We get video footage of all the locations and put together a beyond incredible montage. Plus, each of our group leaders also organizes a hands-on kindness activity. But the biggest impact of Dance for Kindness is not actually on the day of, in my opinion. In my opinion, the biggest impact is dealing with the group leaders. It's my favorite part. People at this point right now, we opened up group leader registration because the event is going to be in November. And people from all over the world have the ability to apply to become a group leader, which is like an organizer. But it's not just about helping them organize the event. It's a leadership training platform that provides our group leaders with the tools, resources, and understanding of how to take any big idea that they have and break it into its parts. Because lots of people can dream, and they dream big, but they don't know how to start. And sometimes that could be so overwhelming that we actually give up before we even get started. The purpose of this platform is really to help people understand how they can break things down into their parts, how to dream big, but think small, so that you can actually get to that bigger than life dream. Many of our group leaders have gone on to start their own entities and organizations that are now touching the lives of tens of thousands of people. And so many of them have attested going through our leadership training platform to finding jobs in their life, creating better relationships, pursuing dreams that they never thought were possible. This is really, in my opinion, the essence, the heart of Dance for Kindness. And so I want to put it to you. If you happen to want to run an event, whether it be in your city, whether it be as part of your own nonprofit that you might be connected to, we co-brand everything as each organization comes on board. It is an incredible experience, beyond incredible experience. In addition to Dance for Kindness, one of the other big ways that I want to highlight today of how we bring kindness into the world is through speaking engagements and workshops and various experiences that I hold in, whether it be community centers, schools, in companies, showing how we can incorporate a kindness culture, whether it be into our school, whether it be into our community or into our workplace, how we can do that in an easy way. And so I'd love to be able to also, in addition, share with you my own speaker one-pager that shares a bit about the topics that I speak about, testimonials, and a little bit about myself, so that if any of you may know others that are interested in bringing in a speaker to inspire their audience to make a positive change, you can for sure, please do share that with others as well. As you could see here from, this is our Dance for Kindness website. You could see sort of just a little bit of the background of the dances that happen all over the world. It's really incredible. And I would encourage you to check it out on our YouTube channel. We have a separate website for Dance for Kindness called danceforkindness.com. But of course, we also have the website for the organization, lifeestinside.com, where we are, like I said, creating change through media, education, technology, social events, international social events, and leadership training programs. So I want to thank all of you for your time today.